Alright, this is my transition video blog number 18. Alright, let's see. As you can see, my hair has changed. I'm not certain if it's going to stay this way, but I kind of like it. I used a brand called Splat, and it didn't exactly turn out the way I wanted it, because I wanted it a little bit darker, and apparently that didn't work. So, yeah, you can kind of see it's got screwed up there, and it's like screwed up underneath. So, alright. Things that are going on. Still working on getting out of this place. Living situation's not getting much better. I apologize for the mess in the basement. I just happened to be in the basement when I decided to record this video. My doctor decided to put me on an antidepressant called Lexapro. So hopefully the Lexapro actually does something and helps me start feeling a little bit better, because the psychiatrist I saw originally put me on Wellbutrin, and yeah, that's fine and good for ADD, which I do have, but it did nothing for the depression. So this Lexapro supposedly will take about a month to kick in. I'm still doing physical therapy, trying to get better. My back is all fucked up all the time now. And on the pain scale, I normally sit there at a 7, which most people would probably be screaming in pain, because my pain scale is really fudged up because of the whole, because I've been in pains for so long. Let's see, my son just entered junior school, something like that. He's just entered the 7th grade, and I am so stoked. I am so proud of him. I'm trying to be a good mama, and it's kind of hard sometimes when you're doing it alone, but I'm trying to do better about it, and ignore the noise, because I've got like Facebook on in another window, so it just keeps on making noise. There, Facebook went away. So, I got my son a gift. I already gave it to him, because I got 2 of them. But I got him a set of goggles. So, he is on the path to being a steampunker. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to take Alex camping at some point this fall. The summer has been rough on me because, my pain has been almost unmanageable. I've been to the hospital more times than I want to count, and I am at a point now that basically oxycodone is like the only thing that even tackles all the pain that I'm in. I know I need to get my hair thinned out, and I plan to get my hair cut. I'm not getting rid of length, they just need to trim it and get rid of, maybe some of the thickness, because, yeah. Having issues with my fiance, but we're working on resolving them. Situation in my parents' house is not good. I had to buy a lockbox to protect my medicines. And it's not my HRT stuff that I'm worried about. I've been noticing for months that some of my pain meds, the hydrocodone that I had, has been short. Well, it turns out that my father has been taking meds from, well, we found out that because he took some of my fiance's meds from her. He ended up replacing them with something else that's similar a few days later, but it's got us all really spooked, because it means that my father has not gotten past his prescription drugs addictive tendencies, and it has me worried, because I love my father, even though when he finds out that I'm trans, he's going to hate me. But, that's how it is. he's got a daughter that loves him, and it's always going to be that way, even though he and I have fights and arguments and stuff. Well, nothing physical, because I would freaking call the cops on him if it became physical, because I just can't defend against that anymore. So I have a locked box with a combination, and the combination is so esoteric that nobody would know. And yeah. Yeah. So, business has been very slow. Got lots of new stuff, doing art cameos with like Cthulhu and transgender and LGBT designs and stuff, which I'm actually enjoying doing it. I just need to be able to print them on a more regular basis, because they're kind of a pain in the butt to print. The last printing didn't come out exactly the way I wanted, but it ended up coming out neat. I found out I had to use photo paper to make it all look really good. See what else is going on. I'm going to be going to a pain management center coming up in the future, and hopefully the pain management center will be able to put me on some type of med that will actually take care of the pain that I'm in, because right now it's too much. It's so too much. I can't really stand it. Sitting here just doing this video blog is almost too much for me right now. So, alright, what else is going on? Well, I got to watch the whole I Am Kate thing. Now, what is Bree's opinion on I Am Kate? Alright, this is me. I am happy that Caitlyn transitioned to be her true self. Wish she had a little more support in the transgender community. But there are striking differences between her and the average trans woman. Like, she had the money to pay for all of her surgeries, all of her procedures, and get it done quickly. And that's not the way it is for the rest of us. Life isn't that simple. I'm on Medicaid, and that's how I get my medicines right now, because I don't make enough money to do otherwise. Now, I've got a problem with other trans people blasting Caitlyn Jenner. She's just trying to be herself. And in some ways, doing her TV show is making us a little more visible, putting a face to all of us, and making us a lot less like freaks. Because we're not. Whether you're female to male or male to female, or somewhere in between for the gender non-conforming, whatever, non-binary people, anything that can make life a little bit better for all of us is worth it. And so, the trans community really needs to stop attacking other people within the community, because it's making things bad. Now, my opinion about the trans community and the LGBTQ, etc. community. Now, for years now, we have been on our own. Trans women and trans men have always pretty much been on our own. Trans men have been a little more accepted within lesbian society, even though they're not really lesbians. But for some reason, lesbians and cis people will more readily accept a trans male than they will a trans female. I don't get it. Let's see, other things that I've heard about. Movie coming out about Stonewall, the whole protest that happened for gay, lesbian, etc. rights. Well, they butchered it. A trans woman, historically speaking, is the one that threw the first brick. That's pretty much fact. And they've totally erased the trans people in there. They've, as far as I know, I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet, but all the promotional material for it, I'm not seeing anything trans in there. And I mean, you really don't even see drag queens. But I mean, I haven't seen the whole film, and I mean, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll admit it, but yeah. So, what else is going on? Excuse me. I'm planning on getting back into the SCA, and I'm gonna have my son join with me, and hopefully my fiance, if she has the money or the means to do so. If I can get a family membership, then I should be able to do the whole, I should be able to get us all in. I mean, as long as I've got some help from my fiance, because it's kind of pricey. But I want to do it because I enjoyed it. It was something that was fun for me years ago, and now that I'm my authentic self, I want it back. And I want to be able to dress in the clothing I wanted to dress in all those years ago, and just refused to admit it back then. Yeah. It's kind of weird. And I sound like a total geek. But, anyways. My words to trans people just coming out. Take your time. Understand that what you're going through is a lifelong process. It's not going to be over in a day or a week or a year or 10 years. It's a process. It takes time to be yourself. Only you know what is best for you. That's why you need to get with a gender therapist, because they have the tools to help you understand more about what's going on, and the tools to get at any of the real problems that are there, so you don't take them as baggage as you become your authentic, true self. To those that are out there taking prescription meds that are for HRT that they haven't been prescribed, those that are trying to do the gray market, you have to be very, very careful, because that is extraordinarily dangerous. You could destroy your liver, and there's other things that can happen that can mess you up. You could have a stroke. You could end up having blood clots in your legs or other places. Bad things can happen. So you really want to get with a medical provider and have somebody monitoring what you're doing. This is not putting anyone down. I started out without a medical provider. I just happened to get very lucky. Extraordinarily lucky. So it's just the way it is. Alright, things that we found out about my transition. Well, my T levels were ridiculously high, and they've been able to bring them down quite a bit. Not exactly where they want them to be, but because I got ulcerative colitis, which is basically Crohn's disease light, it's not fun. I have to take something called cholestrium powder, I think it's called. Cholestyramine powder. I can't pronounce it, but I have to take that to control the colitis, and because of that, it was negating all the estrogen in my system. My estrogen levels were super fucking low, and the moment my endo found out, she's like, whoa, we gotta do something about this, because I was having problems with outbursts and all kinds of stuff. I was basically in a hormone imbalance, and that had been going on for almost 5 months, and we didn't know it, because I mean, I guess they don't understand exactly what can happen with some of these other chemicals and powders and shit. So, I'm on injectable estrogen now that I have to take every week so that I don't end up with problems. My endo increased my Spiro, so now I'm taking like 3 pills instead of 2, and increased the progesterone I'm on. No increases on the finasteride, but oh well. She knows basically what's going on, and she deals with other trans people in the area. So, we're like 15, almost 16 minutes in. I want everybody to remember that you can get through this. Being trans, I mean, in this society is hard, but you can make it through this. And just remember that there are people out there that do love you. Yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard because it doesn't seem like it. And you gotta get past the whole thing about not seeing that there are people that love you. I have that problem too. A lot of times I will forget that there are people out there that really do love me and that are worried about me. I mean, I've been in a depression for a long time now, and that's the reason why my doctor is doing everything in his, well, my psychiatrist is doing everything in his power to try to get this depression under control, especially with where I'm living. With me and Alex living here with my parents, and me having to hide my transition still. I mean, yeah, I know you're looking at me, I was like, Bree, how can you be fucking hiding your transition? Not easily, and not very successfully. It's only going to be a matter of time before my father finds out. So we don't know what's going to happen when that happens. I know that he's a violent homophobe, so I don't know what will happen. Excuse me. I don't know what's going to happen. What I can say is get out and do stuff. If you've got friends, spend time with your friends. They will help you get through this. You will only survive your transition as long as you have got people around you that care and that you can spend time with them and they can give you positive reinforcement that you are doing the right thing. You are being the real you, and that's just the way it is. As I've said before, I love you all. I want you all to be safe. If you ever wish to reach me, you can reach me at Bree Orlock Designs at gmail.com, and just say that you saw my YouTube, and I will respond if you've got questions or whatever. I'm not going to tell you dosages for hormone meds, because I refuse to damage you. That's a very big potential of damaging you as a person, and I love you too much to do that. Life will get better. Life moves forward. It's just slower than we want for us trans people. And don't get jealous of other trans women that started their transition earlier or had an easier time of it, because you are being you no matter what. That's what's important. You're being yourself. And don't ever try to compare yourself to others, because your transition and their transition and everyone else's transitions are all different. They are all equally stressful, and yeah. So, with that being said, I'm going to close. This is Bree Orlock's transition video blog number 18. I'll put the information down there. For those of you that would, I know that some of you are on my Facebook, and some of you are just joining. I'm attempting to get Alex and I out of here. And the only way we can do it is if I can find a job. And that requires having an operational vehicle. So, for those of you that would like to help, I'm going to put a link to my help Bree get a replacement vehicle or fix her vehicle GoFundMe. I need all the help I can get. I'm trying to get up to $3,500 so I can actually purchase a new car, and then I'll just sell off my old green one because it's got too many problems right now. But all help is wanted, even a dollar. But I don't know if you can donate $1. I think the minimum is $5, but anything that you can donate is much appreciated. I love you all, and have a wonderful day. It is August 17th, 2015, and it is 3:55 p.m. in the afternoon. Love you, and have a wonderful week.